to start now. During the main quests and side quests, you may be presented with choices. These choices lead to short-term and long-term consequences and can alter the storyline, leading to different paths, quests, dungeons, and final battles. Oh, I didn't realize that. Rocket launchers do massive damage at any range to a wide area of enemies, but can hurt. This game is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to people, places, or events, or to actual people, places, or events is purely coincidental and not intended. Second one I need to read next time, because I read the first one in full. I don't remember what it said, but I keep failing to read the second one. So, if that one bald guy looks like Patrick Stewart, it's not intentional. I should start reading him with Patrick Stewart's voice. That'd be fun. Right, bald guy gets Patrick Stewart's voice. Definitely. Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Sounds pretty good. But basically, I want to do a Canadian accent because it's a Canadian game. Skylight Freerange. So far, I'm loving it. You guys must feel blessed to get to see such a truly wonderful game. Yeah, I mean, I haven't started the actual gameplay yet, but so far, yeah, it's a thing. Look at all these saves. These are all the auto saves, I guess. Wow, they've kept them all. Joshyblogz McSnickerdo. That's me. My character, I mean. I'm just Joshyblogz. My actual name is not McSnickerdo. It's supposed to be short for McSnickerdoodle. It was supposed to be McSnickerdoodle, but I couldn't fit it. You remember. Welcome to Canada. And this is obviously, you can tell by the stripes and the floor tiles. I can move it up and down. Okay, I can't look up at the ceiling, which is kind of disappointing. That's the first disappointing thing, is I can't look up at the ceiling. Everything else about this game is pretty much perfect. You can look down at the tiles and to the side. We can't look up even a little bit. It's kind of disappointing. And you can see clearly, you can see a little bit of the ceiling anyway. That's like dark gray ceilings, blue striped walls, gray tiled floors. Clearly this is an abandoned pizza shop, and that's where our organization, the something or other, work. And yeah, clearly you look at this, and obviously an abandoned pizza shop. This is the save thingy. You wouldn't really have this in an abandoned pizza shop, but what are these called? These save thingies? I don't know what they're called. You just kind of have to hit all the buttons on the save thingy. Oh, I accidentally, except not that one. There we go. See, I had all the buttons for a while, and eventually it was like, change autosave occurred and change party members. No, I just wanted to. Let's switch over to Joshyblogz, because Joshyblogz is the coolest. There she is. Joshyblogz. Oh yeah. Oh, bow, bow, bow. Oh yeah, I don't regret this character at all. Look how she floats kind of on the... She almost appears to be floating as she walks. It's an optical illusion. Not everybody can do that. I love it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so there's one way out of this room, and it's that way. And we're gonna go talk to this guy, I guess. I wonder if it's as difficult to talk to him as it is to autosave on the pool. He's a guard. See? Guard. He's a guard. This is a good game. I love it. What else is there around us? I can go around that corner over there, and I can go through that door over there. Alright, let's talk to the guard first. Hello, guard. Man, if only people knew we were down here. Wait. Man, if only people knew that we were down here. They'd string us up if they knew it was our previous administration that caused the northern burning. Right. Our previous administration caused the northern burning, which was terrible, and caused this group called the NSJW or something. I don't think it's NSJW. Something like that. The new SJW stands for NSJW stands for new SJW or something, to take over, and now they run everything, and they're super evil, and we have to stop them. Wait a second. This is the same room I came out of? It looks totally different. That's not the same room I came out of. Where did I come out of? Oh, I came out of that room. Yeah, there's my people there. I wonder, can I talk to them? Oh, they're not even there anymore. Okay, never mind. Another guard. Good luck out there, Joshyblogz. I need to turn the camera off so I can read, otherwise the faces will be in the way. Why game? Okay. Wow, this is kind of difficult. Okay, if you're heading to Brandon, I take the subway. It's a lot faster. Oh. If you'd like, I can read you my dissertation. You should read me the dialogue that you're trying to say, because I can't read it. If heading to Brandon, I take the subway. It's a lot faster than walking. But that's kind of why humanity... What? Jesus. I can read you my dissertation on... Okay. Faster than walking, but that's kind of why humanity developed better transportation in the first place. If you'd like, I can read you my dissertation on the history of Prince Edward Island subways from 2037 to 2039. I'm kind of a scholar. I guess we don't want him to read us that. Take the subway. Okay. I'm curious about that guy's dissertation. I kind of wish that we could let him read it to us, but apparently we're not nerds in this game, and we don't want to hear dissertations about subways and stuff. I think it's pretty rude not to let him give his dissertation, though. Or some of it, like, let him give us a synopsis of it, at least. Can I, is there anything here I want to reference? There we go. Characters, terminology. Oh, nice. Okay, this can remind us. We are Severin, and Severin is, oh, whoa. Alright, we're gonna read this shit. I think I might just read this and then stop the video. I'll just read this and then talk to the few guys in this room, and then we'll stop the video. Maybe. I think that'll be enough. After World War II had ended, Edward Severin sought to make use of his areas of expertise, military and medical research. He's going to go on to, or some of his people will go on to cause the Northern Burning. He founded the federal agency, Severin, and the success of the group was significant, bringing about many prominent advances in both weapons and medicine. I'm noticing that I can't seem to scroll down easily. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's just the, it's not the, it's the directional pad, not the sticks, the left and right stick. That's what it is. Okay, so brought about many advances in weapons and medicine because he was a military man and a medical doctor. So it sounds like a pretty cool dude. Yeah, interesting guy, at least. After Edward Severin's death in 1986, Severin's new administration pushed the boundaries of their research, which led to the creation of, right, because he was fought in World War II, presumably, and he died in 1986. His new administration pushed the boundaries of their research, which led to the creation of both competency technology and its subsequent product, the Skylight symbiote. Unfortunately, this administration pushed itself too hard and too far in its quest for further advancement, bringing about the nationwide firestorm known as the Northern Burning. So it was after Severin's time, using its elite unit known as the Ghosts to bring it about. That's horrible. What a great game. I love this. The administration was brought down in 2035 by a task force from the law enforcement known as Agency Gittals. That rolls off the tongue. Gittals. I guess it would be Gittals. I like saying Gittals better. I'm going to say Gittals. Toronto branch. Okay. Gittals. Whatever the fuck that is. Why would it say Gittals without introducing what it stands for? I guess maybe it's probably in another thing we can read what Gittals stands for, which is GTALS. Well, you can read it there. Okay. Okay, so it's brought down in 2035. 2035? That's like 60 years later. Oh yeah, it doesn't say exactly when the Northern Burning was. It pushed itself too hard. The administration pushed itself too hard and too far in its quest for further advancement, and that brought about the nationwide firestorm known as the Northern Burning. That's what happens if you push yourself too far and too hard in the quest for advancement. You're gonna cause a great firestorm known as the Northern Burning. It's kind of like an umbrella situation, right? Like instead of zombies, it's fire. using its elite unit known as Ghost to bring it about. So it sounds like they did it on purpose, though. It's a little confusing. Alright, they were like, we need knowledge, let's have the ghosts burn down the world. That'll give us more knowledge, right? Or I guess control? Is that what they wanted, control? So the administration was brought down in 2035 by a task force from the law enforcement agency Gital's Toronto branch, and a former Severin ghost who sided with Gital began hunting down the remaining Severin agents and outposts he knew about. I think that's the guy on our team now, taking them all down single-handedly. This former Severin ghost, called the Exorcist by those in Severin, he had not managed to kill. Oh no, or is that the guy that we were saying we wished that we had caught? I don't know. In 2041, all that remained of the current administration was a single outpost in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba, in the form of a rundown Wonder Metal pizza. Right, that's where we are. We're in the rundown Wonder Metal pizza that's all gray and has the blue stripes on the walls. That's what pizza joints look like in Canada. If you've never been there, that's what pizza joints look like in Canada. It's not a mistake in the game or anything like that. So don't say the game is bad because of the way the pizza shop looks. That's how the pizza shops look in Canada. If you're not Canadian, you don't know, okay? And I've been to Canada, and I know what the Wonder Metal pizzas look like, and that's what they look like. And apparently they still look that way in the future, which is cool, because I think they would keep it the same. Wonder Metal pizzas have looked like that for like over 100 years, and so 100 years into the future is reasonable to assume that they still look pretty much the same. I don't want to overly explain why the Wonder Metal pizzas look like giant gray buildings with blue stripes on the walls, because it should be obvious. Anyway, the reason the Exorcist has not found this hideout is due to the fact that the staff at the outpost had all been hired from 2036 onward. Yep. And the Exorcist had no past knowledge of them during his time at Severin as a result. Yeah, that makes sense. The remnants, so we're like the future, we're like the next generation of Severin. We're not connected to those idiots that fucked up and blew everything up. The remnants of Severin, we're more like the old guard. We're cool Severin. The remnants of Severin we're OG Severin, okay? The remnants of Severin want to make up for their mistakes of their predecessors by getting rid of the large majority of the ultraviolet group, the NDC. Right, the NDC, those are bad, right? The NDC took over because of our burning. From the city of Winnipeg, now called Impossible. They're called Impossible now. NDC is now called Impossible. Oh no, the city, Winnipeg is now Impossible City, right? I knew that. Named for the symbiote monster worshipped by the NDC. It wasn't the NSJW, it was the NDC. I like NSJW better, but it's not NSJW, it's NDC. What is an NDC? Northern Dicks of Canada, maybe? Yeah, NDC. I think we'll find out later when we look up the thing. From the city of Winnipeg, now called Impossible, named for the symbiote. So there's a symbiote monster named Impossible. Is worshipped by the NDC and the rest of Canada. Okay, wait. It's not worshipped by the rest of Canada, though, right? The previous part of the sentence is the rest of Canada. So what is it? Getting rid of the large majority of the ultraviolet group NDC from the city of Winnipeg and the rest of Canada? What? No, it must be saying that the symbiote monster is worshipped by all of Canada. That's my, yeah. Either, because I don't think it's saying that they want to get rid of the NDC and the rest of Canada. That wouldn't make sense. Yeah, so it's worshipped by the symbiote monsters worshipped in Canada. So yeah. Impossible, there it is. Let's read about Impossible. Formerly known as Winnipeg, it was renamed to Impossible in 2038 by the NDC. The NDC claimed the city to be theirs, stating that all of the former citizens had been killed in the northern burning. What? Oh, I guess that makes sense. The current premier of Manitoba, Stanley Tanner, seems content to leave Impossible to the NDC. Right, Manitoba is, I guess, the region that Winnipeg is in. If I'm not mistaken, possibly. But there are many Manitoba citizens who are disgusted by this course of action. The remains of the city that weren't demolished by the NDC or the Northern Burning are covered in ash, and many feel that it is a terrible desecration of Canadian spirit. True, true. It says the NDC are reputed as murderers, vandals, and rapists. Many who approach the city are attacked and killed, although others are taken and kept as slaves to the NDC for whatever sort of enjoyment their captors need them for. Yikes. These rapists. Yikes. I wonder if that would be rape in the game and torture. It's kind of crazy. Be it torture, sex, or just power over another human being. That's very disturbing. It sounds like they're enslaving people, right? They don't use the word slavery, but they use the word rape. And power over another human being who's your prisoner, right? So that's, oh yeah, slaves. They're kept slaves. They are using the word slavery. What am I talking about? The NDC supporters who are nowhere near the city frequently deny or ignore these allegations, feeling as if it is false and blasphemous propaganda against a freedom-focused group like the NDC. Damn. Okay, liches. Wow, it's a lot to cover. And we're gonna team up with the liches possibly, but we don't. Sounds like it's a desperate move, right? But we are desperate. We're working in a pizza factory, an abandoned pizza factory. Is that right? An abandoned pizza. What is it? Let's try to look it up. Rundown Wonder Metal Pizza. Yeah, we're rundown pizza place. Not a factory, obviously. It's a pizza joint. It's a joint. Rundown pizza joint. Should I read some more? I feel like maybe I should look up what NDC is. What does NDC stand for? And what does GTAL stand for? Oh, we can't even find GTAL. There's no GTAL. Don't worry about what GTAL is. Doesn't matter. NDC. The Neo-Deconfederates. NDC. Yeah, that makes sense. Deconfederates. They're not Confederates, they're Deconfederates. They're not just Deconfederates, they're Neo-Deconfederates. That's not complicated. The Neo-Deconfederates were formed the day of the Northern Burning occurred. Were they formed the day of the day of the Northern Burning occurred? That makes sense. Were formed the day of the Northern Burning occurred. The sentence doesn't quite make sense, but let's just go with it. They were formed the day of the Northern Burning occurred on May 21st, 2031. They believed in satisfying even the slightest primal urge, and they murder, steal, destroy, and rape on a whim. Yikes. They revered the symbiote monster called the Impossible as a god, believing it, along with the Northern Burning, had set them free and encouraged society's destruction. When the Impossible was destroyed on October 2031, people had thought the NDC were gone for good until they made a public appearance in January 2035. What most did not know, however, was that the NDC had been fully disbanded at this point in history. What? As they had always controlled Winnipeg after the Northern Burning, renaming it to Impossible, after the creature they revered so highly. What? The Impossible was destroyed? Oh, the monster was destroyed. So, the Impossible was destroyed during the Northern Burning. So that seems to imply that maybe the Northern Burning occurred on May 23rd, 2031. The Impossible monster was destroyed on October of the same year. Seems like the monster must have had something to do with the Northern Burning. Maybe they created the Impossible and the Impossible did the Northern Burning? I don't know. So when the Impossible was destroyed, it seemed like the NDC was gone for good, but they reappeared in January 2035. But then, if that's the case, then oh, I see, yeah. So they didn't take over until 2035. What most did not know, however, was that the NDC had never been fully disbanded at any point in history, and that they had always controlled Winnipeg after the Northern Burning. Okay, so they were secretly controlling it at that time, and they renamed it to the Impossible, after the creature they revered so highly. The NDC surprisingly received support in some cities, as their supporters feel that the NDC are simply misunderstood, and that it is only a select few that take their quest for primal satisfaction to an extreme. However, in truth, it is actually the majority of the NDC that commit their atrocities. Yep, the NDC are bad. They're bad. Quite bad, actually. Rape and torture is bad. They are hated by nearly all of Canada and are generally seen with no redeeming qualities due to this viewpoint. Also, slavery is bad, which they're slavers also. To this viewpoint, many factions have gathered in southern Manitoba, where a majority of the NDC are, to put an end to them for good. Alright, I feel like we've covered a lot here. Yeah. You can learn more about the Northern Burning here. Yeah, we'll read some more about this stuff later. But for now, I just want to finish talking to these few guys in this room, and then I'm gonna save the game. And or should I save it? I don't know if it's worth saving. It's not like I haven't actually done anything. I mean, maybe it's worth saving because you never know. Maybe talking to the guards in some way will I get some kind of points for that or something. Thank God the agency stopped buying us cheap uniforms. For the past number of years, they were so flammable, they'd burn up in seconds. Yeah, good point. Good luck out there, Joshyblogz. I don't understand how they can afford to not buy them cheap uniforms when they're working in a pizza place. I'm surprised there's so many people in the Severn, because it seems like the Severn only have this giant pizza place, and they're sort of hiding out. So, you know, in this abandoned pizza place, like, I don't know, why are they running? I mean, because they're not selling pizza right now, so it's not like they're undercover. I guess it's probably out in the middle of nowhere, like the Impossible, how it's hard for the NDC to get here. Or maybe it's like under like a caved-in mountain or something. Because like, why would the NDC not look at this pizza place? Why would they just let a rundown pizza place sit there? Maybe oh yeah, there's not that many NDC. Yeah, they're not doing that well themselves, I guess. They're running the place, but they're probably like, you know, it's probably post-apocalypse out there. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and there's like gangs out there like the Liches and all that. Alright, so the autosave occurred. Change party members? No. Because I haven't really. Well, let's just have a little look at the party members just to. Yeah. I had the girls traveling around with me for a while. Let's go with Professor X, Arthur Proctor. Right, Arthur Proctor, I think he's the guy that has like killed a whole bunch of Severn people, I think, or something. He's like a lich or something? I can't remember. Arthur Protector. I said Proctor. That would be like a real last name. Oh no, that's not his last name. That's his job. He's a protector. Okay, never mind. Alex, who's a frontliner. I like to pretend it's their last names. Joshyblogz Summoner, Arthur Protector, Alex Frontliner. Sean, Chaotician. Okay. Dominic Loose Cannon. Support. Strategist. Melee. That's cool. And Indie Engineer. Alright, so yeah. That's it. We're going to take a little break from the game now. That was 25 minutes of my life gone. It reminds me a little bit of actually Jim Sterling said that they fancy themselves was that words, or am I just putting together British expressions, but that they're trying to do sort of what's that game called, the trying to do sort of I can't remember, what's that spaceship game called? The spaceship game where you make choices and stuff. What's that game called? I actually don't know if I want to look it up, but I don't know what it's called. I can't think of anything that describes anything in it. Mass Effect. They're trying to do like Mass Effect, and it feels a little bit like Mass Effect, where I feel like I could just walk around and talk to people for like an hour and look up, read about the game world, and like if I'm really gonna understand the game, I have to do all this reading and sort of get exhausted just doing that. But yeah, it's a wonderful game with so much depth to it, and it's beautiful. I can't wait to play some more of this later. This has been a little more of whatchamacallit, a little more of the what's this game called? Skylight Freerange. Good name for a game. Wonderful. Beautiful game. Loving it. More Skylight Freerange to come later on. Change party members? No. And yeah, that's it. The autosave occurred. We're gonna save video clip right here. This has been Skylight Freerange. I think by making her tall, it's like she's been a little shorter, and you'll be able to see her face a little bit better at times. I like how they have like the pictures like take up a quarter of the screen practically. They could be smaller, couldn't they? Those pictures, they don't need to be there all the time. Really, they're not. They're just I don't know. What can you say? What can you say about this? Yeah, see, if I'd make the character like when I'm with this guy, it doesn't matter. But she's so tall. That's the problem. Wow, I really made her tall, I guess. The characters were not meant to be this tall, I guess. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, it's less of a problem. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, what about him? If I walk him into the camera. Oh, yeah, so it's a problem for all of them. Perfect. This is the Skylight Freerange. Save video clip.